Hello everyone, happy Easter, happy spring. It's springtime, who knew? So I just want to show you a very quick but spectacular recipe for something that for me is just springtime in a bowl. It's lettuce and mint soup, which I'm going to add to it with a bit of watercress, and it's sensational. So I've already started. What I've done, slippers by the way, bought as a Christmas present as a joke. But they're now paying for themselves. What I've done is I've sweated down some onion, basically one onion diced, very gently so it hasn't browned. To that I'm going to add about 350 grams of diced potatoes. And I'm going to cook those off for a little bit and then add 2 pints of vegetable stock. Give those a good turn in the butter. The butter, the secret of everything, butter. So I'm going to cook those off for just about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to bring 2 pints of vegetable stock into this and just let it boil for about 10 minutes on a sort of very low simmer. 10 minutes, which will happen like this. While that's been boiling away, I've been taking all the stalks off the watercress and the mint. We don't need any of those. I've got 1 round lettuce and I've got 2 little gems. I think any lettuce will do except iceberg. Iceberg for some reason doesn't work at all. So it makes the whole thing taste of tin foil. So basically fairly roughly chop these.
That's the My Little Pony theme tune.
The My Little Pony theme tune?
Yeah.
Where's that come from?
My Little Pony.
Oh, you're right. And these basically go into our milk. With some abandon. I'll put the watercress in at this stage as well. And just stir that in a little bit, maybe raise the heat a bit now. This is not going to go in for long because you don't want to cook out all that lovely sort of green, springy sort of colour, the freshness. When it comes to the mint, put just a little bit of sugar, just granulated sugar onto it as you cut it. It's just a little note of sweetness. Try obviously to go straight through your thumb at about here, that should do the trick. For a nice little bank holiday injury. There you go. And stir away. Now I've allowed this to cool a little bit because you really don't want to be doing this with boiling hot water. But you will need one of these. A whisk isn't really going to cut it, but if you do, there's a lovely moment when you do this and it's get this torque forms and it sort of pulls everything into it. It's lovely. Okay, let's go for it. Oh, I forgot to mention, the most important thing, you cannot even attempt this recipe without getting this through. Okay. Check for the seasoning. There's a bit more salt. I know they always do this in Italy. Oh, it needs a bit more salt. And then just return that to the heat until it's up to a nice little rounded simmer again. You shouldn't actually have to add too much pepper to it because the watercress will give it that sort of peppery edge anyway. But to your tastes. And then, how's that? This is one of those soups as well that you can have like a creme vichyssoise and serve cold. I've never really understood the whole point of cold soup, but if that's your bag, then why not? And this is a lovely little midweek lunch, if you like, but it's so tasty that if you brought this out for a little Easter treat appetizer, put a mint on the top there. It would go down so well, and it's so perfect for this time of year. So I present the paysanne, lettuce and mint, and watercress, brackets, soup. Bon appetit.